Hello, my name is Nicholas Haines from the Vibe Institute, and this is the Energy Waves for October 2022. There are three main themes we're going to have. The first one is revisiting, reassessing, helping, and healing. Second one is power moves, old versus new, right versus wrong. And the third one is moaning and groaning. Now, if you're not familiar with my work around the Chinese zodiac, I've got a very short video for you, just over 4 minutes long, that will explain all about it. I'll link it above or below this video, or there's a URL for you. Now, we're currently in a water tiger year. So we've got some influence of water energy and tiger. That will be in the mix for this month, running right the way through this year. We're also in a block of time, 12-year block of time, which is dominated by metal energy. Starts with 2 metal energy years and ends with 2. So that's going to be in the mix. Now, if you're not familiar with the energies, don't worry. It'll make sense as I run through this video. And as well as this water tiger and the metal energy, we've also got the phase of the year, which will bring in another energy. So as the year starts, we end up with some water energy. And as the year progresses and moves its way around, you end up with other energies coming in and influencing what's going on. Now, currently, we're here. So that means we've got some more metal energy. Let me pull this together for you. So in the mix, we've got this water energy for the whole of this year. We've got this tiger energy, really important, powerful animal. We've also got this metal energy from the block of time, and then a double dose of metal energy for this phase. Like I say, don't worry, if you're not familiar with the energies, all of this will make sense. I'll explain it all. And let's look at the first of the three main themes, which is revisiting, reassessing, and helping and healing. Now, because we've got all this metal energy in this particular month of October, and we had it to a certain extent in September as well, we've got metal energy resonance. Now, the last time we were in a really metal energy phase was in 2020, which was a metal rat year, and 2021, which was a metal ox year. So this period of time in October 2022, there will be some resonance, some stuff coming up from 2020 and 2021, some old stuff, might be a bit of a muddle, might be some stuff being brought to surface, some stuff that you need to clear out and sort, some stuff that you need to unpack. Now, it's important to remember the stuff that you're unpacking is not, you're not in your past, but it will feel like it, and some stuff will be brought to the surface. And it's being brought to the surface for you to be able to see it in a different way, to assess it, to change it, to revisit it. And it's about helping and healing, helping you in this moment of time to progress through it. Now, if you're struggling in any way with this, every single month we run the 5-day mindset makeover. It's very low cost or completely free. If you're struggling financially and emotionally, just email me through the Vibe Institute and it's there for you. We've also got something that we've just started, which is called the Big Conversation, which is a group activity where we're talking about the impact, the imprints, the creation, and what happened. It's a very gentle exploration about what was going on in the pandemic for us, how that left us, and what's yet to be resolved and created. And that's there. We're just forming that in a collaboration with other people. So 2 options if stuff is coming up and you're struggling to deal with it in any way. Second of the main themes for October is power moves, old versus new, right versus wrong. Now, we have got an incredible year coming up in 2024. 2024 is a wood dragon year. Now, each of the 12 animals within the Chinese zodiac is very, very down to earth. You have your roosters and your pigs and your rabbits, etc. But there's one outlier, and that's the dragon. And a dragon is said to be a mythical creature that brings messages from the divine to down to earth, from heaven to earth. And what message does it bring? Well, that depends upon the element, the energy it's linked with. Then 2024 is a wood dragon year. Wood energy is about innovation. It's about disruption. It's about things being new. It's also about injustice and dealing with that. So we're having some big stuff coming up. These are big, big years. The last time we were in a wood dragon year was 1964. And that was the big, when the Civil Rights Act was formed. However, running up to that and during it, there was a discomfort, the old versus new, power moves. There was stuff around what was right and what was wrong. And we are going to see that, and we are seeing that at the moment. There was also incredible unity within that period of time to say, look, this is wrong. We have to do things and things have to change. So there will be power moves going on at this particular time. But what's different from 1964 is something that is very, very big. And that is that we have three areas, cycles of humanity: geopolitics, consumerism, and spirituality. Now, these three areas are trying to move, well, not trying to, they are moving into a different energy, which means they have different characteristics. So there is a different characteristics to our geopolitics as it moves from fire energy, love me democracies, into earth energy, collaboration, consideration, down to earth, more localized politics. We're seeing a big shift. We're seeing the same shift in consumerism, spirituality. They're all trying to move into different energies. Now, these cycles, these are really slow moving. They happen over hundreds and hundreds of years, but yet we're having all three trying to move at the same time. And I've looked back over thousands of years and I have never seen a phase where we have all three of these trying to move into a different energy. So there are big things going on. Ultimately, what we have going on is we have the keys to the future of humanity and the world in our hands at this moment in time over these years where we're being asked to look at things. And that will stir up power moves, etc., old versus the new. But remember, this is a time that we're born in to decide how we want the future to be. The third theme we've got going on in October. So the wood dragon is going right the way through. It's going to be a phase. We have been in this for a while, but it's just coming up more at the moment than it was. Okay, moaning and groaning. What's that about? Well, currently we're being shown contrast and consequences. And why are we being shown contrast and consequences? Well, we're being shown those because it's helping us work out what it is that we do want and what it is that we don't want. So we're being shown the contrast. Do you want this or do you want that? And we're being shown consequences. Look, if you do this, this is what happens. Do you want that or don't you want that? It's all about us choosing how we want the world to be within the context of this future wood dragon, the future geopolitics, consumerism, spirituality, these big shifts in humanity. We're being shown what it is that we want to be. And it can be, however, tricky for us as human beings because we're being shown consequences of certain things. And the consequences could be fantastic. We're being shown, well, look, we've done this. Aren't the consequences good? So it's equivalent if you put on a really, really kind of warm coat on a really cold day and you think, God, I love this. The consequences are that you're warm and cozy and you're having a good time. Or if you didn't do the right things, didn't put on the right coat, the consequences are that you're freezing and you're having a bad time. So we're seeing consequences, and that can be uncomfortable for us. We're also seeing some consequences of this metal energy blocks of time that we're in, because metal energy can be very, very black and white in its thinking. And it can be, so we might get moaning and groaning because this isn't right, this should be this, it should be done this way around, and people having very strong opinions about how things should be. And metal energy is also about perfection. So if things aren't right and things aren't perfect, we feel them acutely at the moment. And that can create this kind of moaning and groaning. It can make the world seem quite negative, but it's just there to show us contrast and to help us choose what it is that we want. But as personal experiences, I recognize it can be pretty tough. So we'll get some moaning and groaning going on. Metal energy is also related to autumn, to fall. And in autumn and fall, things disconnect, they end, things are missing. So there can also be a sense that something is missing, and that can create a discomfort and moaning and groaning. So again, it can make the world seem a little bit negative. And then the final part of the moaning and groaning is we've got this big year coming. And for some of us, people say, but it should be happening now. There can be a sense that something is missing. It should be now. We want it now. And there could also be a moaning and groaning because things are changing and we don't want things to change. So it's a tricky time, but also a time where we are choosing how we want the future of the world to be in humanity, and you just happen to be born into this particular time. So there are the energy waves, the main themes for October. Now, it's important to remember that every set of energy waves is fine for us. Well, the experiences might be a bit tough. It's fine for us. There are just certain things that we have to kind of do. And here are my suggestions of the things that I think you need to do this month, your 3 action steps, if you will. The first one is just don't get caught up in the drama. There will be a lot of drama out there, and we can get caught up into it. Now, right at the beginning of the year, I talked about us being water tigers, this powerful water energy, which there is no more powerful out of the 5 elements, the 5 energies. Water is the most powerful. Tiger is the most powerful out of the 12 animals. So we are in a place where we have our most power this year. But one of the things I said is just to choose who has authority in your life. And I gave the example that if you read certain newspapers or you go on certain social media, in a way, you're giving that energy the authority in your life to decide how you want to feel and how you are, whether you feel annoyed or angry, inspired. So choose who has authority in your life. And that's one of the things that we need to do within this, getting caught up in the drama. You're giving power and authority to the drama to decide how it is that you're going to feel. So the idea is to try and go, and I appreciate this is difficult, try and go as high above it as you can possibly be. And again, we have support for you for that. So just be aware, don't get caught up in the drama, because there will be drama. There's an old Chinese saying is that in the darkness, you can complain about the darkness, or you can light a candle. And this is a situation where we need to be the light and we need to unite. It's as simple as that. And if you're struggling to recognize your light, what makes you brilliant and what makes you wonderful, we have for you completely free the vitality test. It looks at what's your gifts, what you hear about. It's also, it allows us to see how other people are and all these different vitality test profiles. And if you look at a profile, you can say and see that the energies you have within your vitality test profile contain everything you need to do to fulfill the promise you made when you came to Earth, to do something, to be something, to explore something. And that's currently what we're currently doing. So the vitality test is there to help you understand yourself and understand other people. We've also got the book, The Art of Kind and Flowing Relationships, helps you understand other people via their energy. It's a great way to get on with people. There's also this aspect around our gifts and our brilliance that we're being asked to step into at the moment, to be heroic, to decide how we want the world to be. So we have also coming up for you a 5-week quest of resolution expansion, where we're going to be looking at what are your energetic superpowers. And if you were to take heroic actions, what would those be and what would they be? Because I would guarantee that you are being asked to be heroic in some way and to recognize and think about what would my superpowers be. So we've got that for you. Just go to our events page. The third action step, after you've been the light unite, is to show appreciation and gratitude. Now, I recognize that we have got a lot of stuff going on and it can be difficult. We're being shown this contrast to say, okay, yeah, show appreciation and be grateful. Well, that can be difficult. I appreciate that. But however, what it is that we say we like and what it is that we say we want and what it is that we say we're grateful for and we appreciate is what we're asking for. So think about this as you asking, actually, I appreciate this. I would like more of this. I'm grateful for this. Now, I'm not saying be positive about everything and just be super happy about everything, but it is about showing appreciation and saying, I appreciate you as a person. I appreciate this situation, I appreciate these things, and I'm grateful for it. Just as I am grateful for you being here, having got this far in the video. And if you would like to share it with someone else, then I would appreciate that. And I'm sure they would appreciate it. And it would help us in this particular time. So thank you very much for watching. My name is Nicholas Haines. Do share this and have a wonderful October. And you never know, might see you on one of our events. Okay, bye for now.